PE. Good morning, PE 578. This is LaRon Brown with my week two video response on personality and sport. The book indicates that, or says that, personality is a sum of characteristics that make a person unique. I would agree with that. The test that we just took on the five personality test, I think for the most part it was accurate, but I think a lot of questions could been worded differently or asked differently. Um, it kind of related everything to like art and music and stuff like that. And I'm just like, well, for people who aren't really into those type of things, it doesn't mean that they're closed minded. Um, but it just means that other things interest them more than that. I just think that I don't know. For the most part, it was accurate in coming up with conclusive, answers as to certain personalities or characteristics or traits or whatever. But I think it just kind of got narrow with some of the questions. I mean, if you would have worded the question differently, it would have altered the outcome of your assessment, and your personality would have been recorded differently. But the question asked for this unit is, how does your personality promote your self confidence? I've always been a confident person. I think my personality speaks for itself. I like being social. I like meeting people. I like making friends. I like laughter. I like, trying new things. I like to consider myself open-minded, but clearly there's a test that I wasn't. So that's one of the things I was debating. Um, and I think my personality, my outgoingness and my willingness to be open and to meet new people and venture off and try new things, it speaks for itself. How does your personality deter your self confidence? Um, I don't really know. Like how that question kind of just hit me just now. How does your personality deter your self confidence? I think because I'm so confident and comfortable with myself, there are a few things that limit that. I mean, of course, I sometimes I get shy in new environments or a little bit introverted, but once I get a feel for things, I mean, I guess that's it right there. That might be it. But once I get acclimated to the environment, I tend to open up, and then my personality comes out a little bit more. But maybe that's it because different in different environments, it's kind of like, okay, well, what's going on? And then okay, I can adapt to this, or I don't really like it. I kind of get a feel for new things like that. Identify several reasons why an understanding of your participant and personality would be useful to you as a sports science profession. Okay, so as far as like identifying a participant or client personality, and as a coach, um, I think it's very important. I think as a coach, you need to have a clear understanding of your athletes. I'm a track and field coach, and so my numbers are more so, like it could be limited depending on my specific event. But with those, specific athletes, I think it's imperative that coaches understand how each athlete learns and what um, different avenues or strategies makes them, learn or understand a certain concept. I think a lot of that has to do with personality. Um, it's important for coaches to have a great athlete coach relationship, and you establish that early on in the season. And while establishing that, you start to pick up on certain traits and things like that related to sports. And I think that's how you cater coaching or teaching to that specific student. And I think that's what's important to coaching. You know, um, let's see. Okay, sorry. This is okay. What components of your personality do you find to be relatively stable traits? My passion, my outgoingness, my love for being happy and joyful. I think humor is a great personality trait that I have that often goes over well with my athletes or people who I meet or in my profession because I'm not a dull person, um, as you can tell. But I think that's what makes me stable. I always look to be confident. I don't, I always look to see the greatest. I mean, the betterment of a situation or in people. See the good in people. I am forgiving, and I think a lot of that has to do with my religion. And I don't know if you hear that, but we're getting like a new water heater right now. Sorry. And so, but I think that has to do with the stability of my traits. I think my faith has a lot to do with me being confident, me being courteous and kind to people, and me being accepting people for who they are. And not passing judgment or anything. But I think that's what makes me stable in my traits. What components of your personality do you find to change according to particular circumstances? I think it's my new environments. And I think that's me just being more shy, slightly introverted until I get acclimated into what's going on. If I've never done something before, let's say line dancing. If I've never done line dancing before, I go line. Someone asked me to go out line dancing. This just happened before, and I'm just like, all right, I've never went. But let's go see what it's like. So if that's what we're doing that night or that particular time, then okay, we're going. I'm going line dancing. I will go to the event and I will see what it's like. So I'll sit back, I'll just look and I'll watch and I'll say, okay, this is cool. I can adjust to this. And I think that's what makes me different. That's what that shyness or introvertedness. That's where that comes in at in the beginning. I've been back line dancing plenty of times before. I still don't understand all the dances and moves to each and every song, but I can go and I will say, okay, I understand what this environment's like, and I can go back and I can do it again. Just like hiking or different sports or maybe art festivals or music festivals. It just kind of depends, and I think that's where the personality test kind of like was a little on the fence about a couple things. Okay, so I think that's. Oh, what are your thoughts when you consider that God gives you the strength to do all things? I believe in that 100%. All things are possible through Christ, and I think that the stronger your faith in Him, the the greater possibility of achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve. I've been through some things in my life to where I am certified that God has gotten me through. And that definitely strengthened my faith in His powers and in His will. Um, Sometimes you just gotta let, like the old classic saying, cliche saying, "Let go and let God," and that has definitely come true for me and some of the things I've been through in my life. Do you agree that having confidence not in yourself will actually give you more freedom and peace? You agree that having confidence not in yourself will actually give you freedom and peace. To each his own, I guess. I don't know. Like, I no, I don't think so. Because I know people who aren't very confident and who are kind of insecure, like the person I was taking, I was talking about in my assessment that she's not very confident. But she does have some insecurities, and I don't think that she feels peace or freedom in certain aspects of her life. Um, but I think that okay, I'm back. Sorry, I could not focus with that thing going on. It's just getting long right now. But yeah, I think it's kind of difficult if you do not have peace to find freedom, or sorry, if you don't have confidence to find freedom and or peace. Um, but I mean, some people are just created that way to live their life like that, and then for them, they are okay with that. They are content. So if me as a positive person who's confident and joyful, and I can find peace within myself and within my life, looking at someone else who don't have the same characteristic traits, I might think differently of that person. But at the same time, because they're that way, that's what they know, that's what they're used to, just as I am. They might be at peace with that. But it's kind of hard, like it depends on your outlook on life. It depends on your beliefs, your values, your morals. If you cannot be confident in yourself and still, you know, be optimistic about life and friendship and whatever the situation may be, and you can find peace in that, then there you go. But like I said, I don't think that there's just one answer for everything, and I'm very biased about a lot of things in that nature. And I was just like, just because you are this way doesn't mean you have to view things this way or accept things for what they are in this manner or whatnot. I think that personality traits are just variables. You know, I mean, there are a lot of things that are just hard and solid. It's like, okay, well, I don't like art or don't like sports. And that's just you. But I'm pretty sure something else interests you. And I think that's it for this video response. Sorry about the phone call. Sorry.